In this episode of NSFW, we discover the hidden gems of the CES Festival of Technology. We confirm some facts, not rumors, about the Verizon iPhone, and we are joined by the Totally Rad Show's Jeff Cannata as we open the second ever installment of Cannatadome! It's all coming up in this edition of NSFW right now!
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for NSFW is brought to you by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is NSFW episode 58 for January 11th, 2011. Cannatadome. Cannatadome. Cannata. This episode of NSFW brought to you by Squarespace. Head on over to squarespace.com. Sign up for your free, no-risk 2-week trial. Make sure to use promo code NSFW when you do sign up to get 10% off the lifetime of your order. And by Ford and the voice-activated Sync, featuring true hands-free calling, turn-by-turn directions, 911 assist, and more. Available exclusively on Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury vehicles.
Boogie boogie hedgehog, 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 eating on a carrot, got your head stuck in a toilet paper tube. Boogie boogie hedgehog, what you gonna do? Boogie boogie hedgehog, 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 boogie boogie hedgehog,
It is go time for the new show full of wind. The new sauce for the Webernets is none other than the one, the only, the inimitable. It's NSFW-fication station, starring Justin Robert Young and me, your humble host, Brian Brushin. How you doing, JRY? What's going on?
Brian, listen, it's been a hectic couple weeks. We're well into 2011, and it's finally starting to fit. It was like a constricting pair of new underwear for the last couple of weeks, but now we're breaking it in. I'm feeling good about it.
See, I actually like my underwear when it's still constricting. I don't like it once it gets broken in. Then it's like all saggy and floppy.
Well, then, listen, to each your own.
All right.
And, listen, no matter what, we can talk about our underwear justification and preferences with our guests. Of course, the brilliant and hilarious co-host of the Totally Rad Show, one of our favorite guests here, Jeff Cannata. How are you doing?
Hey, that's me. I'm doing awesome. How are you guys doing?
Hey, man, is it true that you went to like a totally foreign country, like outside of America?
If Canada counts as that, then yes. I did.
I'm sure all of our Canadian fans appreciated that. What were you up to?
I was enjoying the lovely holidays with my girlfriend and her family, and it was awesome. We did lots of cool Canadian things. Ate maple syrup. Ice skated for the first time, which was.
You never ice skated?
I never ice skated. No, nothing
Really?
freezes here, so there's nothing to ice skate.
Yeah.
Although after I came back, people informed me that there's numerous ice skating rinks around that I could use.
Yeah, because otherwise it would be really challenging for the professional hockey teams that are in Southern California to really get along.
Yeah, much more challenging. But yeah, I'd never done that before. But I think I took to it like a duck to frozen water.
Awesome. All right. Well, look, we got an action-packed episode this particular NSFW. We got major news announcements. We've got a brand new game that we're going to play, and we're going to see some lost artifacts. And in fact, where do you want to get started? Pick one out of the blue, Justin. You're the ringmaster of this shenanigans.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we get rocking and rolling, I want to let you guys know that one minute in this next hour and a half, this show's going to end. And I know we're all having a good time now, but not unlike a junkie, eventually your high is going to come down. And, you're stuck waiting another week until NSFW comes on. Brian, how on earth could they while away the hours between the times that our dumb faces are yapping on and on and on and on?
No, I hear where you're coming. You can drink yourself into oblivion every single day. And it doesn't matter. What?
Now, that seems like a pretty good idea because that Ted Williams guy did that. And eventually he wound up becoming an international celebrity for his brilliant radio voice. However, if that's not the case and you don't have a golden set of pipes, what else can you do?
Hardcore pornography. It's on the internet. It's everywhere. You can watch it anytime you want. That's the beauty. And you can pretend that you're even doing it anonymously. You can pretend that it's not easily trackable and that everyone doesn't know every single fetish you've ever had, right?
False. Because I do know, and specifically yours, and I think it's gross.
Well, then, no, you tell me, Mr. Smarty Pants, what can people do to get their NSF dubs fix all the time?
Brian, you can go hit up 105.9 The Cat. If you have listened to this show, then you know that there is a fictitious radio station for which we always like to joke about called 105.9 The Cat. We made sounders, and the sounder sounded a little bit like this. The Cat. Well, now, Brian, what's the URL?
URL is 1059thecat.com. But here's the funny part. This is how amazing the chat realm is. My wife offhandedly notices that she can't play it in front of my daughter because there's so many with the dirty words. And as anyone who listens knows, my daughter's a little bit infatuated with puppies. So they instantly banded together and created a little link you can click that will instantly transform 1059 The Cat into 105.9.5 The Puppy. And then that will be totally safe for you to play at work or all the time. But most importantly, they actually have a pretty kick-ass chat room there. That's where 24 hours a day, Justin's there all the freaking time talking with anyone.
Yeah, I believe that is the chatroom.us chat room, and I'm there, Brian's there, and it's a fun place. If you like the show, you're just getting into the show, you kind of want to, catch up on stuff, or you want to find out cool, what the cool people who help us out all the time are doing, head on over there, 105.9 The Cat or chatroom.us.
All right, look.
Does 105.9 The Cat have traffic on the 5s and 10s?
It actually does.
Sports at the top of the hour?
Well, I think we do. I forget. I recorded a bunch of sounders for it, and I think that they don't have those, but they do have the Cat Workforce.
Right, where every 15 minutes you could win $1 billion.
Wow.
So there's that.
That does not sound like a sound business model.
No, they're terrible. They're insolvent at the Cat. It's ridiculous. Okay. Well, so there we go. 105.9 The Cat. But let's get into the show.
Yeah, let's quit screwing around here. Look, everybody knows NSFW fans tune in for exactly one thing and one thing only, and that is timely tech news. They like us to stay on point. They like us to stay focused with the latest updates and the latest news. Big day today, Justin. Major announcements. Is that not true?
And absolutely. I want to take a shot across the bow at that hack, Tom Merritt, and his tech news today. Let's dissect the news. Let's do some breaking news brought to you by Slingbox. Enough of that noise. You guys come to NSFW for the hard facts. And that's what we're going to bring you. All the coverage about the iPhone on Verizon could not have been bigger news today. And we'll be bringing you all the hard 100%.
Oh, I am terribly sorry. This just coming in across the NSFW news desk. We are getting breaking news that the Verizon iPhone will, in fact, cure up to 5 major diseases. We're still waiting on details for exactly which of them. We can confirm that leukemia is not among them. However, herpes will be. Big news. Exciting stuff for the Verizon iPhone. I'm sorry. Go back. You were just saying, Justin.
Listen, Brian, when it comes to 80s television, this just headed into the NSFW newsroom gumshoes. Apparently, the Verizon iPhone just farted. Again, fully confirmed into the NSFW News Center. The iPhone on Verizon has indeed farted. Brian, back to you with our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, you know what? I just forgot to mention our feed for the iPhone news updates is in our very own unfiltered chat room at twit.tv. So if you go to live.twit.tv, Jeff Cannata, and pop out the chat, make sure to go to unfiltered, and then you can also get the important updates like, wait a minute.
Special report.
This just in, we do have verification. It can fly. The Verizon iPhone can fly. Congratulations to Verizon and anyone who gets this amazing device. I'm sorry, Justin. What were you saying again?
You really can't beat ketchup. And no way you try, and no way.
Special report.
This just coming into the NSFW newsroom. The Verizon iPhone eats your children. Yes, apparently when coupled with the Verizon network, the iPhone, beloved by millions, will devour your children whole.
That's not
shocking news.
That's not a good thing. That's a terrible thing.
Shocking news.
Why would anybody want a phone that would eat their children?
You will pay money for a device which will murder your family. Shocking news.
Special report.
Just in, going to our reporter in the field, I toss over to our very own Jeff Cannata. Jeff Cannata, what is the special update, sir?
It will, I'm supposed to read this from the chat room.
I'm sorry, this just in. I just got a special report. Sorry to interrupt your special report. Apparently, the latest word is in the iPhone Verizon lasers. Lasers. That's right. We can now confirm lasers on the iPhone. Now back to our previous special report. Jeff Cannata, go ahead.
Special report.
I'm sorry, Jeff. We're going to have to hold off on that special report. Joining us live in the field, we've got Justin Robert Young. Justin Robert Young, what do you got?
Thanks, Bri. Shocking news alert to the NSFW News Center. Apparently, the Verizon iPhone will floss your butt.
What does that even mean?
Listen, this is late-breaking news coming into the NSFW News Center. Shocking revelations. The iPhone on Verizon will floss your butt, Bri.
That's terrible. I don't understand.
Special report.
I'm sorry, this just in. We're tossing back to our rookie reporter, hopefully with something a little more substantive. Let's take it over to Jeff Cannata. Jeff Cannata, what is the latest on the iPhone from Verizon?
I actually have an iPhone here. I just got it earlier today. I did not have a beard before I talked on the iPhone. So the iPhone 4 will give you a beard.
This is fantastic news. There's nothing that could be bigger than that unless...
Special report.
I'm sorry, this just in. Apparently, not only will it grow you a beard, it will grow your dad a beard as well. Big news for the Verizon iPhone.
My dad's beard is my mom. Heyo.
Did you just say my dad's beard is my mom?
Yes, I just insinuated my.
But that can't be true because you were born.
This is true.
I'm sorry. What were we talking about again, Justin?
I didn't know how this bit was going to go, and I'm really screwing it up. I apologize to everyone.
No,
I'm sorry. No time for your apology. This just in. We have special reports straight from the news feed itself. Apparently, the iPhone has a built-in umbrella. I'm sorry. You were saying something self-pitying. I wasn't able to hear that.
Yes. I'm told the iPhone 4 will.
Special report.
I'm sorry. We have to interrupt your report on the iPhone to bring you a special report. Joining us is Jeff Cannata. You were just saying, Jeff. Go ahead.
I heard that the iPhone 4 will pity you. That's what I was saying. And I need it. I need one. I want an iPhone 4.
Hey, let me just ask, and I promised I wouldn't do this. I'm going to do it anyway. Are you seriously going to switch? You going to switch over from AT&T over to Verizon?
No.
See, I don't think anyone is.
Because I want an iPhone 5.
Yeah, that's just it. Is you're locked in from the technology. You get the iPhone 4, you're like, hey, I'm on the Verizon now. I'm all behind. I don't think anyone's going to do it.
Then June comes around and iPhone 5 is exclusive to AT&T for 6 months. And then where are we?
Yep. Nope.
Where are we indeed?
Totally.
The Stone Ages.
Special report.
In fact, to report on that, we have Justin Robert Young in the field. Justin, what do you got for us, buddy?
Yes, Brian, shocking news again to the NSFW newsroom as the facts continue to clarify about the Verizon iPhone. Again, the Verizon iPhone now, new update, will make you feel spring fresh and will roll your dice. Roll them real good. Roll them all day.
Special report.
All right, looks like the last of the details finally trickling in. Not only will you be spring fresh, but this just in, the iPhone is apparently it's freebasing your crack.
Correction to the earlier special report. That was spring fresh, not spring flesh, which apparently the zombie iPhone is quite fond of. Your fresh flesh in the springtime as opposed to the cold winter Ladies and gentlemen, the Verizon iPhone.
All right,
Shocking
look, can we just get one thumbs up, thumbs down on this Verizon announcement? I mean, if you're trapped into Verizon already, then I'm gonna say hooray for you. But I'm not gonna switch, and I don't think anyone else will.
Well, I think it's a good thing that it's not exclusive to one company. But yeah, I'm not jumping ship.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5,000 thumbs up. I think it's the best thing ever, and I'm voting for it for president.
All right. Look, enough screwing around. For reals, you want to talk about some technology, some serious stuff? Because I know we were goofing around with the iPhone announcement, but that's mainly because we just wanted to.
That's not. Listen, Brian, these are confirmed facts into the NSFW newsroom. Everybody else will speculate. Rumors about this device have been going on forever, but there's only one place where people come for the hard, confirmed facts, and that's NSFW.
I'll tell you what I'm digging is the random sound effects coming out of I believe Jeff's computer. I don't know. So
Did
far.
you hear the thing? Is that what you heard?
No. I heard like a ba-ding, ba-ding, that kind of thing.
That's Twitter.
Yeah. Well, what's awesome is that
Twitter.
so far they've all happened at really fortuitous moments. It sounds like we're just trying to pepper our show with a little bit of extra pizzazz all around that.
Every time I get a Twitter message, an angel gets its wings.
An ego gets its blings. Okay, so look, enough farting around. Real coverage. I was lucky enough to walk the show floor with Tom Merritt. We saw a whole bunch of amazing stuff at CES. Did you go to the CES?
Yes, Brian.
Did you go
I
to
did
the
not
CES?
go to the CES. No. I stayed at the home.
You stayed home?
I stayed. Yeah.
You know what you missed? A bunch of
a lot of nothing.
Oh no! In your face.
Listen, I listened to your coverage, Mr. Brian Brushwood. I listened to you on the twits.
Yeah.
And I heard that really kind of underwhelming show this year.
I mean, the problem, you know what, between you and me, I had to cover for some stuff. There were things I wanted to cover that
you wanted to cover the porn convention next door. I know you.
No. They were all at CES. Well, okay, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna bust it out. This is the coverage that was too cutting edge that I was not allowed to throw on Twit. First thing, right here, bro.
Absolutely, Brian. Wait. We'll get to that device after we recognize that there was one big thing.
Special report.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying?
That was, of course, the big Ford Sync at CES, right, Brian?
Oh, dude, yeah. No, listen, it was really cool actually seeing the excitement building up. So everyone knew that there was a big Ford announcement. Nobody knew what it was, but the Ford Sync is they had a big announcement there, but specifically we want to talk about the Ford Sync. Tell you what, Justin, why don't you talk to us a little bit for the nice people who apparently are familiar with Twit and watch the show but have never heard of the Ford Sync? How do you explain this to someone?
All right, listen, there's a problem. A serious problem, and a problem that we all need to face right in the eye: alcoholism. Next to that, it's while we're driving, we do a lot of things, like make phone calls on our mobile phones, play music or podcasts or audiobooks on our media players and mobile phones, and of course, we spend time looking for what we want to listen to before we play them. Trouble is, a lot of us spend our eyes on our stupid devices as opposed to on the road, and that's why you killed that family of four.
I don't know where you got that idea. I don't know where that.
Special report.
Brian, the voice-activated Ford Sync gives you true hands-free calling, turn-by-turn directions, 911 assist, and so much more. It's available exclusively on Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury vehicles. And Sync listens to your voice so you can make calls on most Bluetooth-enabled mobile phones, get turn-by-turn directions and real-time traffic alerts and weather. And if you're ever in an accident and your airbag deploys, listen, Sync automatically calls 911.
It doesn't. I mean, why do you guys say it so slow? You're like 911. Can't you just shorten that up?
So I don't accidentally say 911 like I did 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. All right.
Guys, you got my tweets are blowing up here. Everybody wants to hear their ding.
You want to know what? They're probably blowing up, Jeff, because other features that are offered on the Sync are music and podcast search, personalized traffic alerts, and Sync will reroute you with turn-by-turn directions if you happen to get stuck in a parade for deaf children. It also reads audible text messages and will respond to people who are inconsiderate enough to text you while driving.
Or even tweet you in the middle of your hold on, this just in.
Special report.
Apparently, the NSFW chat room a bunch of jerks who want to make tweet sounds in the middle of an ad read. Go ahead. You were saying, Justin, no.
Yes, Brian. Sync helps you keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel. Sync is standard on some Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury models and optional in others, so be sure to check it out. For more information, head on over syncmyridepodcast.com.
Podcast.com. I'm typing it down. Put it on the lower third. That means it's legit. That means you have to go. Everyone knows the rule. You got to go to syncmyridepodcast.com. And whatever you do, do not make ding noises in the middle of our show. All right, can we get back to our special reports? What? Why are you laughing? You're always laughing.
It's just really funny. Chat room's funny.
All right. Yeah. Look,
so there we go.
But seriously, big items at the CES. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were telling me, I was on the phone with you. I was on tour with Andrew Main and doing the Magic Tour lecture thing, and I was on the phone. We were in communication, and it was a lot of listen, I'm out there trying to get the real scoop, and you were getting shut down by the man. And you can say it now that we're on the air.
Snap some photos before they were able to muscle me out. First beauty right here. Check that bad boy out. That is a 3D socially media enabled microwave oven. It cooks your food in 3 dimensions and updates your Facebook status and tweets it out. What do you say? Thumbs up, right? It's going to be huge.
I'm so sick of having food in 2 dimensions.
I know, right? But you'll be able to see your food in 3 dimensions. Second of all, 3D is all the rage. And you know who's number 1 in making things better than everyone else?
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Who?
Well, I mean, do you have a guess? You want to tell you?
No, I don't know, but I do have a question about the 3G or the 3D microwave.
The 3D, yeah, 3D social media enabled. Yeah.
Does it have a built-in 3G?
No, you know what? It actually runs on Verizon. It says so right there. So yeah, Verizon LTE. That's even better than 3G.
Okay, but it doesn't have just basic edge service?
No, I don't see. Where's this headed?
Boo.
What?
I don't care. I don't care about it.
Fine.
If it doesn't have edge, then what? Why do we even care? Meh. Next.
Does it do food cooking and data at the same time?
You know what? It's on Verizon, so I'm going to say no. That if you got the AT&T model, you would be able to do both, and you would be able to step down to edge. But
exactly. No, yeah. Actually, if you get a call on that microwave, it throws your food at you. It actually just opens the door and throws your half-heated coffee in your face.
So here's the important thing, though. Most of the regular wimpy active passive 3D glasses. Forget all that, bro. Monster Cable coming out with 3D glasses. These guys are epic. They're huge. You can also breathe through them for 24 hours.
And that's the female version that they make.
Well, they make one a little bit sexier than the other. They're always looking out for the little. It's a
little feminine for my taste, but whatever.
Apparently, there were also some knockoffs. There were other 3D social media enabled microwaves. This one, some people say is a little bit tacked on. It's got the red and blue 3D, and it's got just a tablet set on top of it. So that one's not nearly as impressive.
I like how it only has one setting, and that's Twitter.
Dude, of course.
So yeah, it just so no matter what, you put your food in the microwave, and it cooks it to Justin Bieber status.
You know what's great though? iChat. It's the hottest item in all. You can get your very own plug-inable OMG Chad. It's brought to you by, I guess, the Pear Company is what it looks like. Not Apple. They were not. Apple was not at the event. But
now, what is the iChat? You were on. Obviously, you were there with Tomas Marid. Well, what? Give me a rundown of what the iChat does.
Sex device.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that. You sure know how to get right to the chase, Brushwood.
Some of these I was a little bit confused by. This one here is it's a solar panel, runs on batteries, which is a little bit weird. Keep away from sunlight for internal use only. We've got one. You can see here now, I thought this was weird because this appears to be a Photoshop of you and me riding around on the ice at some large game at CES. But then I realized that we're playing the hockey game using a rover puck.
A rover puck, which of course has been known to facilitate the coverage of cat crack epidemic.
Now, this one was very confusing to me because it's a wireless control. I was never able to figure out what it was from. It's from a company called Cockro. And it's as seen on Twitter.
Bluetooth enabled,
wireless control, And there were a couple of different features that didn't make any sense to me. Let me see if I can get in closer. I couldn't really figure out why or what this object was.
I guess that's Greek, erect and flesseed.
And flesseed. We had a live cow milking app.
Okay.
Where did these come from? What were they thinking when they photoshopped these?
That's a happy cow, though. Look at that. Look at the figure. By the way, all these snapshots, which were taken by Brian, will be able to be seen on the BBpedia entry for this episode.
We got a DVD rewinder. We have a brand new Blu-ray release of George Craps on the Fans. Although there's a sticker over the word, so I assume that's the word crap.
Yes, $49.99, a bargain though on Blu-ray.
We've got the replacement iPhone antenna. We've got a fleshlight extension for your iPhone, brought to you by by Justin.
I was actually there at CES. As you can see, I have my new endorsement deal with Fleshlight. For the new Weird Things TV branded flashlight.
This one is an OnStar it's got OnStar built into an oven. So it says here, this is OnStar. We've received an alert that your oven is ablaze. Have you died in a fire? And I don't even know what this thing is, but it appears to be attached to my junk in this actual photo that in no way is a Photoshop that somebody sent in. We got the lady. Are those the Lady Gaga glasses I think that I'm trying out there? This is awesome. This is the PS4 gaming toilet. You can see it's
on P.
It's got what?
Puts the P in PS3.
So I think their ad campaign, if I'm not mistaken, is it time for you to go number 4? And then you run in, you play games in the bathroom. The round surround meter. We got a Blu-ray, microwave, me smashing a TV, and the little fudge nightstick. So those were all the big hits that I couldn't cover at CES. So now,
well, let me ask you this: of that best of the rest, there, what would you, as the intrepid reporter, say that we need to pick up this year of the uncovered items at CES?
Special report.
This just in, the number one must-have item is a computer that will go ding every time you get a tweet. Hopefully it'll be happening in the middle of a podcast that you schedule yourself on. And hopefully it'll be at the whim of random people in a chat room sending tweets at you.
I can turn that off, but I got to tell you, all this work and everything that all the people have put in on the Photoshops, and it sounds like the chat room is more excited about a ding sound.
That's funny. That's funny how that works. All right, now look, I know later on we're gonna have another sponsor, but I do want to at least start our main game because look, we knew we wanted to part around with some little stuff, but the number one thing that we knew, what?
You want to start something? Are we gonna enter it again?
Well, I mean, I was going to set it up a little bit because you remember the last time Jeff was on the show? What did we remember what we did?
We had a little bit called Comic Combat where we took a bunch of comic book characters and we paired them against each other randomly, and we gave them each specific challenges for which they had to solve. Yeah. And then me, you, and Jeff went through them and decided it, and eventually we crowned one winner.
Yeah, you remember what's wrong with that? You call it Comic Combat. You can only have one type of character, right?
Yes. So exactly. So if we were, say, going to do the same bit again, but with a different genre, and when we had Jeff on, we would have to call it something different, right?
Yeah, it'd have to be something universal so that we could do it with, old-time radio characters, with movie characters, with political figures, with anything. It'd have to be something universal. You got something up your sleeve. What should we call this? Some kind of epic battle?
Idea.
Face-off.
No, I know that right now, no matter what me or you say.
Wait, do you hear that? You hear chat room?
I think so.
They're shouting. They're shouting for something. What are they shouting for?
I don't know. It sounds a little like Cannata. 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 It's Cannatadome.
All right, so it's Cannatadome. This is the place where epic characters face off against one each other. Tonight's category is going to be epic TV characters. Now, we have collected a bunch of submissions from people all across the entire world of their favorite television characters, and they're going to face off in situations of all shapes and sizes. Only one shall emerge victorious, and they shall be decided by a triumvirate of fair-minded individuals right here represented by us, who are our first two entrants to the Cannatadome.
I would just like to say, I knew it was a good idea when I donated all that money to that dome to get my name put on it. I knew it was a great idea.
Well, and you never know how those things are going to come back.
You never know, but this one paid off.
Yeah. All right, let's hear it.
Projects are always very tricky, Jeff, and we all appreciate you funding this particular one, even if it has gone into the ritualistic competitive slaughter of various characters. All right. Here we go. It is the first grouping. Archie Bunker versus Mr. Bean.
Oh, my God. Okay, so these are the actual characters. So we can't judge Rowan Atkinson's other fine works. We just got to go with the character of Mr. Bean and just the character of Archie Bunker, right?
And here is the challenge.
Extremely relevant characters.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're certainly very classic. So we got
the kids are talking about. Archie Bunker and Mr. Bean.
So it's all right. So the billboards,
regular trending topics on Twitter, Jeff. Archie Bunker and Mr. Bean. And here is the challenge.
Hold on.
So the youth of America.
The lights go down. Everyone starts rumbling. They're shouting Cannatadome, and it's like, ladies and gentlemen, tonight a limey and a racist, and everyone's like, ah. They come walking in, and their challenge is going to be.
Their challenge is as follows: watching Two Girls, One Cup. The loser is he who taps first, and if both make it to the end, it is judged by the quality of a 400-word essay describing the video.
Okay, so the loser is the one who taps first. You don't mean like taps that ass. You mean like they tap out. They can't handle it anymore.
They're out. Yeah.
Okay. Jeff, you want to go first? Who are you feeling?
I'm going Mr. Bean. That bro does not tap. He does not tap. He doesn't even talk. He doesn't talk or tap. Actually,
but he's
nothing
so
that begins with a T does he do.
He's so British. There'd be
a lot of wild gesticulation, I feel.
See, I think Archie Bunker would talk a lot of game about how disgusted he was, but be watching it the whole time. Like around hour 8 of it, he'd be like, I still can't believe this filth is so, and I believe one of them's a colored. And I'm saying Archie Bunker's never going to tap. And at some point...
That is the worst sentence I've ever said in my life. I wish I hadn't said it.
Well, I didn't hear it, actually. What did he say?
I'm glad. Let's just move right on.
It's lost to history.
I'm sure that won't get immortalized on YouTube. So here's the deal. If both of them are going to make it through the video, then the question is really who will write the better 400-word essay? Cannata.
Well, Mr. Bean, he's not good with objects.
No.
He's not good with communication. He's good with hilarity. So I'm still sticking with Bean, though, because Archie Bunker, it's like he'll sit down at the piano and he'll write a little ditty, and sure, it may be sweet and nice, when they sing. But those were the days, whatever they do.
Yeah,
that's it. You got it. So you're saying Archie Bunker writes the better.
I'm going Bean.
You're going Bean. You're going Bean. Bri, do you want to flip or do you want to agree that it's Bean?
On the one hand, Archie Bunker, the Bean, I'm going to say Bean's British. He could probably, as bumbling a character as he is, he could probably sit down and bang out like an 8-page article about like how great this is or whatever. So I'm going to go Bean on this.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, I do not get to weigh in. Our winner is Mr. Bean!
Yes!
Okay, so Mr. Bean advances. Oh, I'm kind of disgusted. Actually, no, that's fine. I'd rather have a Brit than a racist. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Our second grouping is between Willow Rosenberg from Buffy and Kit the Car.
Oh, the Night Industry 2000? Are you kidding me?
Yes. Kit the automobile.
All right. Sensing the demographic of the listener of NSFW here. And what, so the lights go down, and on one side, you see coming in on a broomstick, you see Willow, and she lands, and then all of a sudden on the other side, you just hear, when they see the Cylon thing going back and forth, and the crowd just goes nuts, and he peels in, and he's like, Michael, I believe there's a bitch we have to crack.
Yes. And here is their challenge. They must use their wit and cunning to find the source of massive bird and fish deaths around the world, who solves the case first?
Oh, dude, I'm going to go first on this one. There's no doubt. I mean, when it comes to crime solving ability, when it comes to going out and figuring out, where a canal is, it's got to be Kit. Kit's going to solve the mystery of how to find the dead birds. Justin, what do you say?
I'm just saying, you got a lot of dead animals just dying spontaneously. It doesn't sound a little bit like magic to you? Who's got the inside sauce on some kind of crazy hellmouth opening up and killing all these fish? I say Willow has the inside track.
I guess it all comes down to the third member of the triumvirate. What do you say?
This is a no-brainer. It's Kit. Kit will analyze some stuff, like the ashtray will open, and you'll put some debris in there, and it'll be like, and it'll like analyze it and be like, Michael. The problem was end of the world.
He's got a Muppet mouth installed. They're like, listen, Kit, the lights, they're not testing well. We're going to install a little Muppet head in your car.
No, I was trying to do the lights with my 3 fingers. Lights up and down.
Oh, no, I got it.
I like to mention it's not even the lights. It's like from the headlight, a little like Punch and Judy puppet just like flops out and just, is the representation.
No, not the front light, the inner light, the 3 lights.
No, I know.
Yeah,
the one that in the first season was just a red light that went on. And then Carr had the awesome 3 thing, but then Carr was a bad guy and he shouldn't have a more awesome thing than Kit. So they gave Kit to it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So does that mean it's official? We have an advance?
Yes, we do. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Kit Cannata.
I kind of just want them chanting that all the time. I need you to play the long one next time. All right.
All right, here we go.
Third round.
People are sending me tweets saying, I apologize for the following ding.
All right, what do you got, Justin?
All right, Group C is as follows. On one side of the Cannatadome, we have the Mythbuster himself, Adam Savage. Across from him, MacGyver.
Oh, man,
kind of the same dude.
This is rough because one's an actual guy who plays himself on TV, and the other one is Adam Savage.
Advantage? Mullet.
You think so?
Let's go ahead and see the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Betwixt our 2 competitors, the devil arises from hell and demands a sacrifice. The first character to submit to Satan's will and kill himself wins.
Oh my gosh, what a reversal. So this has to be, in order to win the contest, you have to submit yourself to Satan's will and kill yourself.
Yes, at which point Satan replenishes your earthly flesh and you win.
I mean, I've got a take on this because, well, as we all know, MacGyver went back in time and met Merlin. And so he probably, despite, this is true, that actually happened.
Yes, as we all know.
As we all know.
Yes, as is clear and absolutely off-the-hand knowledge for everybody watching and listening.
I'm going to write MacGyver and find the Mervin.
As we all know, MacGyver went back in time and met a guy named Mervin.
Okay. The point is,
hi there, MacGyver. My name's Mervin.
He bought his pants at Mervin's. And so
Do you know Magic Mervin? Will this help me in a fictitious
No, but I know Mergic.
I hate you guys so much. So the point is that he was hanging with Merlin, so he probably has a little more of the supernatural vibe going on. Whereas Adam Savage is an outspoken skeptic, right? Goes to skeptics meetings, does his sciencey shows, gives the talks or whatever. So I'm going to say MacGyver is going to be scared of the devil, whereas Adam Savage is going to look the devil in the eye and say, I don't believe in you. I'll show you. And he slits his throat to sacrifice himself to him.
How does that make any sense?
Because he doesn't believe. He's not afraid of the devil. So
that's what you do when you're not afraid of the devil is kill yourself.
Well, or he doesn't. It says sacrifice himself. So he like lays on the altar like, go ahead and do it, Mr. Fakey. You're not real.
No, you have to kill yourself. You're not killed by the devil.
Who the hell kind of effed up scenario is this? This is a terrible.
This is Cannatadome.
Cannata, the awkward pause. Cannata.
All right, here's what I think happens.
All right.
Here's what I think goes down. If you find the devil and you're going to be in hell for a long time, you got to be prepared just in case hell freezes over, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
MacGyver, hockey player, ready in case hell freezes over.
Wow, that is a. So you're saying you're pinning his strength just on his readiness on an event that is the very definition of the least likely thing to ever happen in the world.
Yes.
All right. Are you guys all right? So are you guys on the other side, or are you on opposite sides?
I mean, I could
You're
be
saying Savage. He's saying MacGyver.
I'm soft Savage.
I can
right
break
now.
the tie right now.
I'm soft on Savage. I mean, I could be convinced around.
Here's how it breaks down. As you see, this is a complex, seemingly impossible to figure out a scenario, right? But both of them specialize in solving completely obtuse and ridiculous to figure out scenarios.
That's
the only
true.
difference is that MacGyver does it at literally the last second, and Adam Savage does it right at the beginning of the third act of his television
So you're
show.
saying they both solve it, but Savage solves it one act earlier.
Yes. Savage solves it slightly earlier. Savage wins. Savage kills himself at the feet of Satan before MacGyver does.
I'm okay with that. I give Savage.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Savage killing himself. A real person.
Only at the feet of Satan.
Well,
It's only. Hey man, bro, it's Cannatadome. You know what happens in Cannatadome? Don't come home. That's what all the kids
that's
are
what
saying.
everyone says.
That's why I got that T-shirt.
What happens at Cannatadome? Don't come home. Everyone knows
Don't come home.
Everyone says that.
Cannatadome, don't come home.
Did it happen at Cannatadome? Just don't come home.
So there we go. Advancing is Adam Savage.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
Why? What? That
MacGyver. MacGyver!
All right, here we go. We have one more group, and then we'll get into our sponsor for Cannatadome, Squarespace.com. Here is the final preliminary round. It is between River Tam.
from
Fire.
Serenity, from
Serenity.
from Firefly.
Versus Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Holodeck persona, Detective Dixon Hill.
Wait, so it's not actually Jean-Luc Picard.
It's his
him
holodeck persona, Detective Dixon Hill.
pretending to be Dixon Hill. Well, that certainly knocks it down a peg.
And the contest is as follows: a Soul Train style dance-off. Who can shake that ass? River Tam or Dixon Hill?
Oh, man.
Doesn't sound like a bad rap duo, though.
Are you
Dixon Hill and River Tam.
Are you sure that that Merle Dixon isn't in that one?
Nope.
Not Durrell?
Dixon Hill. The Jean-Luc Picard holodeck detective persona.
Boy, they are split. They are split. A lot of River, a little bit of Picard.
I object to the River is hotter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. This is a Soul
Picard
Train
way
dance-off.
hotter.
Yeah.
I mean, even a straight man can see that.
I'm going to say that the character
He's a
River Tam very
You're an
likely
older man.
will get halfway through an amazing salsa number that's melting the hearts of everyone, but then she'll see like somebody wearing a red bow tie, and then she'll just melt down and start sobbing in the corner and then start slaughtering everyone at the dance-off. Whereas Merle, what was his name?
Detective Dixon Hill.
Right, Dixon Hill. Yeah, no, Jean-Luc Picard.
Jean-Luc Picard's holodeck persona.
He may be a little more tame, but he will finish the dance. You know, he's going to do one of these numbers, and he'd be like, well, let me tell you about holodecks and disabling hologram safety protocols. So it won't be quite as snazzy, but he will finish it without killing anyone. And I say he will win by default. He will just eke his way through. What do you say?
Well, yeah, let's go to the patron of Cannatadome.
All
Jeff
right.
Cannata.
Oh man, Picard would make it so. He'd be all like,
so hot.
I'm on a dance on the dance floor. I dance in style. You can come with me because resistance is futile.
Oh no!
I think it's settled right there, bro. The third member of the triumvirate doesn't even matter.
Oh, there we go. It's all over. Jean-Luc Picard's holodeck persona, Detective Dixon Hill, advances.
So that means our advancers we have we have Dixon Hill persona, Adam Savage. What were the first two again?
Kit.
Yes.
And Mr. Bean.
Okay, this is a hell of a matchup. This is a hell of a face-off. I'm down for it. I want to know how this is going to end.
So do I, which is why we are so excited to be bringing you all of the personal homepages for all of our contestants in this episode on squarespace.com, Brian.
Yeah, what's up with squarespace.com?
All right, I was searching the internet the other day.
Special report.
Hold on. We got to go live right now. We actually have footage from the Cannatadome of Jean-Luc Picard dancing the Soul Train dance. I'm sorry.
It is.
But I'm sorry, you were saying though. Go ahead.
That's a win. That is a win. Look at how virile he is.
He's got that groove on, and he's busy saying, if you disable the safety protocols on holographic bullets, they can kill the board.
One? Yeah.
Okay, by the way, all right, so that GIF that's being played right now on NSFW show, I'm sure by the time that you're listening to this, on either audio or video podcast has already been made into a site called PicardShakesHisButt.squarespace.com.
Prominently featuring that GIF.
Yes. In fact, exclusively featuring that GIF. And it's something that we want you to just send to your friends. Just say, hey, listen, I can't believe that Carmelo Anthony got traded to the New Jersey Nets. And send them that link in a bit.ly form, and it's just Jean-Luc Picard.
So you say this is the new Rickroll, is we send people to Jean-Luc Picard shakeshisbutt.squarespace.com, right?
Yes, exactly. And there you go. And the reason why is because it doesn't matter if you send it to the president and the president laughs so hard he tweets it out and it gets crushed with traffic because, Brian, on squarespace.com, they have robust web hosting that is balanced for loads that we have not even comprehended yet. Yes, folks, you can go ahead and try to take that mother down, and you will, face the unfortunate reality that resistance is futile.
Yeah, no, let me explain. Look, we here at NSFW, we got some power. We got tweets onto the front page of twitter.com. We jumped something to the front of the line on dig.com. We launched a video that got millions of views before it was yanked with embarrassment for the people who made it. But one thing we've never been able to do is take down Squarespace. Do you know why, Justin? Do you know why we've never tried?
Because it enlisted a blood cult of gypsies, which has protected it with magic.
No, because they have distributed networking and they're able to scale up the power of their hosting based on the amount of traffic that's coming in. You can't. Someone like us, a Horace Apple's operation, even with the power of Picard shaking his butt, there's no way. It's not going to happen, bro. There's no way.
No, absolutely not. So there we go. Be like Picard, who shakes his butt. Yes, get on Squarespace.com. And Brian, if you go on there and you sign up and you realize this is the best web hosting platform on the net. And by the way, it's so easy to set up a site and make it pretty because you don't have to be a CSS wizard to make your stuff look all shiny and tight. No. And even if you are, you can make it look even better. It's super easy. The learning curve is nil. You can get on squarespace.com. If you want to sign up for an account and you use promo code NSFW, you get 10% off a lifetime of your order. That's a lifetime.
Hold on. For some reason, this just doesn't seem right. It's got to be like this. Hold on. We got to wait for my drives to spin up, apparently. I've taken so long that it's... There we go.
Cut this out in post.
Yeah!
It works.
In fact, I want to...
Get it, son. Get it.
Come on. You got to do the Picard.
Woo!
All right, that's all at Picard Shakes His Butt. Picard Shakes His Butt.squarespace.com. I wonder if it's already been taken. I'm going to check. I'm going to look it up right now. But meanwhile, make sure to use promo code NSFW when you guys sign up. Obviously, Squarespace has been very thrilled with their performance so far. You guys are kicking ass. Make sure to tell all your friends. Get the word out about the NSFW codes. Super secret action. All right.
Here we go.
You ready to keep it rocking?
As we move on to the semifinals of this Cannatadome, we have our first semifinal contest. Yes, Group A winner Kit versus, Group A winner Mr. Bean versus Group B winner Kit. Here we go. This is their challenge.
I'm sorry. This is zoomed in too much here.
Just said his butt. Well, I'm glad that in the middle of me talking, you just put his butt.
No, it's Picard shakes his butt. The site's already up. Somebody's already registered it. So I'm sure that when we check back later, that's how fast they are. Go ahead. You were saying.
Oh, they're amazing. All right, here we go. Here's our semifinals contest. They need to correct the roguish accent of Jason Statham whilst he is en route to deliver a package of diamonds that is in actuality a ticking time bomb. The route includes driving a Porsche down a crowded Monte Carlo beach, stowing away on a private G6 jet, and jogging. Who will be the victor?
I fell asleep through half of that.
Yeah, no. Well, first of all, this is Kit versus Mr. Bean, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's Kit versus Bean, and they have to correct Jason Statham's accent.
Is roguish.
That's already
English
a massive disadvantage for Bean.
Yeah.
He does not speak.
Well, yeah, that's true actually. But then also they had to like get him from point A to point B, right?
No. They're just trying to. They're like kind of tagging along. He has to get from point A to point B,
I see.
like an action hero does.
Okay.
They're just kind of the sidekick.
Okay, so it seems to me like the way this breaks down is since the first part is driving, I'm gonna say Kit's probably not riding on the plane with him, and whatever the third part is, he's not along for the ride. But Kit has the advantage of verbal communication skills.
Yes.
And having that badass voice.
I was going to say a rare upset that the car has over the human is that the car talks in this case.
Exactly. And the human does not. So I think it's pretty, I think this one's a straight, should we even, I don't even see how this gets interesting.
It's kind of sad for Mr. Bean. He just brought the wrong tools to this fight.
You know what though? Maybe Bean would try to fix his accent just by like wincing, just like he just listens and he does it all by acting where he's like, and he just goes,
yeah, and he could like comically whack him in the head, and it'll change the way he talks. It'll like that Gilligan's Islands episode where they all spoke in a. Didn't that happen? Didn't that happen?
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it did.
For a while.
It's like he has to emote with his body, stop lilting your R's at the end or whatever.
I'll tell you what.
I think this would be a remake of King's Speech with Mr. Bean as the Jeffrey Rush character.
You want to see a remake of King's Speech with what?
With Mr. Bean as the Jeffrey Rush character.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of leaning toward Bean on this one. There's a little bit more mobility for him. He can actually get on that G6 that they're stowing away on. And I kind of feel like they're both British, maybe there's a little bit of communication there.
First of all, if you don't use a Brit to correct a Brit's accent, that ain't happening. You got to use somebody from America.
No, he's just trying to refine it to a proper British accent.
I don't know. I'm still going. I'm still saying the car can talk. Mr. Bean cannot. And Mr. Bean's just going to set fire to the airplane once they get to that part anyway. Kid will have them fixed in about 20 minutes.
All right. I think that we have all come to an agreement. And yes, moving on to the finals is Kid. All right, our semifinals number 2. We have our 2 winners, Adam Savage, fresh from his date with the devil, and Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, yeah.
Or rather, his holodeck persona, Detective Dixon Hill.
Yeah.
They match up in this contest, a demolition derby featuring the cast of Roseanne in the other cars, including that one daughter who they replaced like halfway through the series. Firearms are encouraged. Gum chewing is disallowed. Who survives longer in the demolition derby? Is it holodeck persona Detective Dixon Hill or Adam Savage?
I'm gonna let you go first, Jeff. I got nothing here.
I'm gonna go Picard. Picard. He knows his way around a phaser. So he's got the gun, the aiming of the gun.
This is Detective Dixon Hill, though.
Well, but it's Jean-Luc Picard. He's playing a character. There's never a time he
assumes
thinks
that persona.
Yeah, there's never a time he thinks he's Dixon Hill. He's always Jean-Luc Picard. This is how badass he is. That if we allowed actual Jean-Luc Picard into the ring,
Sure.
Yeah.
Instant over.
Now-
I mean,
now,
the guy
if
wins
we're
everything.
talking about
right?
locutus,
Yeah,
for
man.
example, that would be a different Jean-Luc Picard who isn't aware that he was locutus.
Right, but we're talking about Dixon Hill. He knows. He's playing a game, so he's pretending, right?
All right. So Picard's got the phaser action, and firearms are encouraged.
Or at the very least, a
that.
Tommy gun. He busts out that Tommy gun and takes him down. But he's up against.
However, the prime directive states that he cannot interfere.
That's BS, man. Well, first of all, are we talking about movie version of Jean-Luc Picard or TV show version? Because TV show version of Jean-Luc Picard cared about the prime directive. Movie version was like, today's opposite day. I do everything stupid. Where it's like he goes around just blowing things up and getting enraged and not thinking about anything. Because I'm thinking in my mind, it's like the Dixon Hill from First Contact when he's mowing down all the Borg. That's the moment I'm thinking of.
Yeah, man. Picard. And did you see his dance moves? Come on.
He's pretty impressive. But is it enough to get past Adam Savage with, I would only assume, to be a specially rigged demolition derby car?
I mean, he's gonna build the ultimate car. He's gonna build a whole. But then again, if it's a face-off of smarts, Picard and Savage, they're gonna be neck and neck. I mean, Savages will blow. You know what? Savages will create a vehicle that might be very high-minded and sound in principle like it's totally gonna rock everything, but could blow up spectacularly, and he would shrug and be like, well, you know, that's science. You just keep learning. Whereas I don't know that Dixon Hill is going to make that mistake. What?
Can you wait?
That's
Hold on. Can you
science.
give me that
keep
impression
learning.
of Adam Savage again?
It's
Yeah.
like
No, he's
every
just like-
episode of the Mythbusters.
He's just
Well,
like,
that's science.
that's
You just
science.
keep learning.
You just keep learning. Come on.
Now listen, I certainly hope that nobody takes that clip of Brian imitating Adam Savage, cuts it out on YouTube, and sends it to Adam Savage on Twitter over and over and over again. I really hope that doesn't happen.
All right. So what's your vote, jerkface?
I'll tell you what, that's my vote. My vote is that man right there. Look at that sweet little shake. I think he's got the move on the track and in the bedroom. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's Dixon all the way. Feel that Dixon.
All right. Does that mean we have a winner?
We do.
All right. So Cannata. So we're now down to Dixon Hill persona, Jean-Luc Picard versus Kit. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
This is
Oh
like
my God, that's like a dream come true.
this is like my high school years and my elementary school years are getting in a fight. This is killing me.
All right. And now, as the lights go down,
On the city.
the final Cannatadome challenge of the night. Kit on one side, Jean-Luc Picard's holodeck persona Dixon Hill on the other. We are presented with our final challenge of the evening. The two competitors must create a Japanese pop hit. Each contestant will come up with at least a song title. Should they both be good, we must hear the English translation of the chorus.
Oh my God.
We need a Japanese pop hit from Jean-Luc Picard's holodeck persona Dixon Hill and one from Kit. So what would...
I mean, on the one hand, but on the other, okay. I mean, first,
supplies, it's the enterprise.
it could.
Well, there we go. So we have Jean-Luc Picard's hit "Supplies," with the chorus being "Supplies, it's the Enterprise." But what's Kit's?
You know what? I'm just gonna say, I think Kit might be devious and actually just play back an existing J-pop hit, like, you know, because he's got all the satellites and everything, and he's just. I mean, because Michael's the one that would make it up and sing it. I just feel like the best Kit could do is provide a backing vocal.
Actually, it's incorrect, Brian.
Why?
Because this song's called "Vroom Vroom Hello."
Vroom vroom hello.
Vroom Vroom Hello.
You know what I'm terribly afraid of is that the fans are going to actually make that song and we're going to hear vroom vroom hello.
It's "Vroom Vroom Hello," and the chorus is turnkey, vroom vroom hello.
Chat room is actually correcting you. It's technically vroom vroom hero.
All right.
Is what it says.
We've already went one way with that joke.
All right. So the question is, which is better? Supplies. It's the enterprise.
I'm already regretting the fact that I said those words. I come on here and you guys get me to say
the darndest
thing.
thing.
Say.
Or is it vroom vroom hero?
Vroom vroom hello. It's an epic SmackDown. Now, this may be a fantasy scenario to me, but I'd like to think that the two of them start off, going off, one's like supplies, it's the enterprise. And the other one starts vroom vroom hero. But then in like some kind of magic, freestyle wrap off, the two start to syncopate, and then before we know it, it's a duet.
It was like a mashup,
it's a duet. Yeah, and before we know what's happened, we looked, and Dixon Hill is standing on the hood of Kit, dancing and singing this mashup of supplies, it's the enterprise, and broom broom hero, as they drive around in a circle, and everyone's brains explode with awesome, and they just win together somehow. Like they create their own unique. I don't know if that's how it goes or not.
I like that idea.
In which case, the winner is society itself.
I don't know, but is that something that we can settle for in Cannatadome?
Is that possible? I mean, I feel like the only way that can happen is if the patron saint of Cannatadome, Cannata himself, were to say that could go down that way.
It just happened.
What?
There we go. Then we have our winner. It is Jean-Luc Picard's holodeck persona Detective Dixon Hill riding into the sunset on Kit's hood as he does that sultry dance as we end this edition of Cannatadome.
Yes, dude, that is completely amazing and fantastic. That was.
I like 2 men enter, 1 man leaves in a car.
That's the new slogan of Cannatadome. Hey, man, you're still rocking it over at the Totally Rad Show, right? You guys just did your wrap up of 2010. You picked your best of everything, right?
We did.
What was the best of everything? In which categories?
The Totally Rad Award for movies went to True Grit. The Totally Rad Award for video games.
Just saw that, by the way. Amazing.
Yeah, it's great. That's why I won the Ratty. And the video game Totally Rad Show Award went to Heavy Rain. And the Totally Rad Show Award for TV went to Walking Dead.
We have this photo that came from somebody wearing. Apparently, he had just seen. He had just been there.
Those shirts got out into the wild fast.
Yeah, they really did. What happens at Cannatadome don't come home, and apparently it just got out there. Dude, True Grit was awesome. And did you ever see? Let me ask you this real quick. Did you ever watch the original Lonesome Dove, the original miniseries, the 8-hour thing?
Lonesome Dove? No, I didn't. I just watched the original True Grit though.
What did you think of the original versus the new one, the Coen Brothers?
I think the Coen Brothers improved that movie in almost every way, but
Yes.
it is really still a good classic movie.
Yes, I agree. Well, if you liked the Coen Brothers version of True Grit, I found it in flavor and tone very, very similar to the original Lonesome Dove. I've been telling everyone else they ought to check that out. What about you, Justin Robert Young? What are you up to?
Well, folks, you can head on over to iTricks.com for all the magic news you can possibly handle. Oh, look at Cannata. There we go. Or you can go over to weirdthings.com for all the weird news you can handle. A new episode of Weird Things, the podcast, will be up sometime this week, and we might even double dip and give you guys two episodes. But I'll tell you what, do me a favor. If you have a Droid phone, go ahead and email me, justinrobertyoung@gmail.com, if you want to be part of a beta testing that we're doing for a new service. So if you have a Droid phone, justinrobertyoung@gmail.com, and just put Droid in the subject line.
Yes.
Or Android or Droid, whatever that the Google operating system on the phones.
Yes. Yes. All right. So, meanwhile, me just follow my tweets. tweets on Twitch streams.
I heard a rumor that you shut it down briefly and then you opened it back up because the government made you, but you're
Special
working.
report.
I can now confirm at this time that, in fact, I have extended my stay of execution. If you subscribe, follow my tweets this week only, and then I'm shutting it off. I'm gonna block anyone else who tries after this week. So you got to get on it fast. All right, man. I guess that's it, man. That was a lot of fun. I'm so happy with how that turned out. If you told me at the beginning that this was going to end with Jean-Luc Picard as Dixon Hill riding on the hood of Kit into the sunset while singing J-pop, number one, I wouldn't have believed you and asked what kind of idiotic show this is. Number two, I would have farted with joy. That's how awesome it was. All right. Take care, guys. Oh, I'm gonna get there you go.
Whoa. That is awesome.
The Cannatadome. Cannata.
Double complete rainbow.
Why did you?
It's just Cannatadome. It's not the Cannatadome. It's just Cannatadome.
You really, on a technicality.
Listen, either you get the read right or you get it wrong. You can't be half pregnant.
A Tommy scratch.
Tony, put this in.
I think I love you, baby. I hope it's not too late. You know you fill me up. You make me claim my play. I think I need you, baby. I hope you need me too. You got me feeling funny. I guess that's what you do. You got that sex syrup, hot and sticky, baby. Coming overflow on my pancake love. You got that sex syrup, hot and sticky, baby.
Special report.
I'm sorry, this just in.
Yes, Brian, this coming in. Apparently, the Verizon iPhone, every time it makes a connection, a puppy dies. Shocking news coming into the NSFW newsroom about the Verizon iPhone.
Well, it's lucky that it's an iPhone then, so very few puppies will die.
Bing, bang.